Afternoon. Welcome to Lunchtime Confessions. Today, we're talking about suspect behavior. Let me elaborate for y'all what I mean by suspect behavior. I mean men who do things that make you suspicious of their sexuality. So, Lunchtime Confession today, it comes from a follower and a former colleague of mine, and this is how it goes. She hits me up and she's like, IP, my coworker put me on to somebody. Coworker thought we would be compatible, so she introduced me. She and her husband thought that me and this guy would, vibe together. So we've been talking for about 3 months now. Nothing sexual, just been talking and dating. And I guess recently sex came up. And this young lady, let me just give you a little background history on this young lady. Wonderful career, got several side hustles, fine as you want to be, melanated. So sometimes it's hard to date. She's also one of those queens who knows exactly what she's worth and what she brings to any situation. So she ain't for the bullshit. So dating is sometimes difficult for this woman. So clearly she's digging this dude because they talk, for 3 months. So clearly she's finding something attractive by this guy. Anyway, the sexual conversation comes into play, and it is brought to her attention that this motherfucker got a tongue ring. Okay, so I've been here before, and I knew exactly where she was coming from. When I was here, the shit, I was taken aback, like, no, nasty. She was like, yeah, I done found out he got a tongue ring, and I'm just less attracted to him. And I'm like, I know you are, sure. So I'm like, have you said anything to him about, that not being your thing? And she was like, nah, I just stopped texting his ass. I just stopped replying to his messages and shit. Like, that was it. I'm like, you're not going to say nothing? She was like, nah. She said, I don't feel like, he would remove the tongue ring for me just because I had a problem with it. And I'm like, well, how you know if you ain't asked him? So then she, elaborates to me how she knows he's not going to change the tongue ring. So she just stops. So she's like, Passion, am I tripping? Like, why am I this way? And I'm like, well, sis, that's something that you got to pay attention to, because when I think of tongue rings, I think of women. I don't think of men having tongue rings. Let me rephrase that. When I think of tongue rings, I don't associate heterosexual men with tongue rings. Okay? So homie says that she asked him, okay, well, why you got this tongue ring or whatever? So he's like, it's more pleasurable for a female during sex when I'm giving oral sex. So then I stop her right there and I'm like, hold on. The shit, it really don't feel good, just to keep it 100 with you, in that area that's supposed to be stimulated with that tongue ring. It don't feel good. Don't worry about it. So she's like, P, am I tripping? Am I being too picky? And again, I'm like, no, because if this concerns you, it's something that you need to say. You don't want to build and grow with this person and then be totally unattracted. You don't want to be unattracted to his tongue ring, so if that's not something that you like, then that's not you tripping. That's not you being a way. It's something that you feel is suspect, and so do I and a whole bunch of other women. She was like, all right, cool, I'm glad to know I'm not tripping. So that led me to think about all of the suspect things you men who say you're heterosexual, all the suspect things y'all motherfuckers do. I got a list. 1, tongue rings. That shit is suspect. 2, a whole bunch of motherfucking selfies. When I think of selfies, I'm thinking of me and the girls trying to catch the right angle, trying to catch the right light. That's what your ass out here doing? Suspect. 3, more than one man's trip in a motherfucking year. Let me tell you something. Sidebar. I know of a person who knows a person whose husband goes on 3 guys' trip a year. Bitch, he got a man. 4, and a lot of y'all finna be motherfucking mad that I said this, but I'm finna motherfucking say it. Them man purses, them merces, that shit is suspect in a motherfucker. If it's anything that you feel you need to put in your purse, don't. Put it in mine, baby. Use your pockets. Hell no. And no, it does not motherfucking matter who the designer was. The shit is still motherfucking what? Suspect. 5, wax motherfucking eyebrows. Wax anything. Let me tell you something. Y'all better not be out here waxing them goddamn eyebrows. Y'all better get some tweezers and pluck the fuck out them shits like a real ass motherfucking man. Suspect. Long and short of it is, some of y'all do a whole lot of suspect ass behavior, and some of y'all could just be metrosexual. I don't fucking know, but I need somebody with a little bit of dirt under his nails. I clean the dirt for you. I need somebody with a little bit of callus on his hands. Nah, some of y'all be too soft for me, is all I'm trying to say. I'm not looking for no roughneck. I done been there, done that. I don't want to get my ass beat and my head knocked between the washer and dryer. No, that's not what I'm looking for. But I want some masculinity. And then there are some of y'all who are truly struggling with your sexuality, and you really don't know which way you're trying to go and what your preference is, or maybe you just greedy as fuck. Can you leave the straight girls alone? I don't want to deal with it. I mean, whatever you choose and whoever you choose is going to be okay with us. Just leave us out of the decision making. If you think that you want some PP in your life, leave the straight girl out of it. She don't want to. Fellas, I urge you to retain some of the suspect behavior that we pay attention and look at, because a lot of it applies to a lot of y'all who say y'all are heterosexual. Go look at the list.